everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm Impopable here, and today I'm playing some more Bloons Adventure Time Tower Defense. So in the past couple videos, as I'm sure you all know, we have been doing a lot of testing with the level 7 premium characters, because all three of them, Tuxedo Jake, Dungeon Finn, and Hunter Marcelin, are all level 7 now. We've tested out the level 7 upgrades / abilities. For Hunter Marcelin and Dungeon Finn, there are new abilities, and for Tuxedo Jake, it's a buff to his ability, so all pretty darn good. But today, we're technically redoing a challenge we did a little while ago, not long after I got the premium characters, which was testing if all three of them together could beat Curse Mirror's Impopable, which honestly, if they can now, won't necessarily be that impressive a feat, because I think I've done this with 4 towers, maybe 5 towers already, so doing with all 3 premiums won't exactly be like a great feat for them, but it would still be pretty cool. I just looked over the last video and we died around 65, but obviously they're level 7 now. I probably have a few stronger trinkets for them, so we'll see how well it goes. So I will quickly go over all the builds. So this is an Dungeon build. I'm not going to go through each individual trinket and weapon, but you can see them. The big change for Dungeon Finn is that instead of 40 sword, I went for the Finn sword. Which I think will be a smarter decision because it lets me place Dungeon Finn technically on both sides of the track for trickier rounds. And it's also just, I think, in general, a better, offensive sword, but it's hard to know for sure. Not to mention now that he has his level 7 ability, Flame Burst, it actually could be a big deal, because it affects all sides of the map, and it's more area effect damage rather than single target. I assume it's going to be quite helpful, hard to know for sure. This is the Hunter Marcelin build. Big change, obviously for all of them they have at least 1, potentially 2 more trinket slots, which is going to be helpful. But a big change for Hunter Marcelin as well is she now has her only ability, which steals all the balloons from all the souls from all the balloons on screen at once. It's not quite perfect, it glitches out a little bit, but overall it just gives you a bit more control over when balloons' souls are going to get stolen, which is more helpful. Just in general, it's a nice buff. And finally, Tuxedo Jake, his level 7 property is probably the least useful, as his level 7 upgrade is the one we tested most recently, Fortune. Balloons pop by the rock-down attack, drop cash bundles. It just makes you an insane amount of money, which, since we're limited to only 3 towers, we will not need. They're not even that expensive towers. So really not that big of a difference. However, I believe when we first did this, he was level 5, so we now have 2 additional trinkets for, support slots, which is pretty good. I also just remember that this thing exists, the loot suit, which actually gives plus 3% attack speed in 2 range. I do quickly want to double check. I feel like there might be something better than this baby tooth. Give me 1 second. I feel like there's a trinket I'm thinking of that's kind of like the loot suit, but I could be very wrong. Is there anything coming to mind as I quickly go through all of these? I don't think so. I think that's it, right? Yeah, that's it. Okay, I was questioning things. So yeah. We'll be trying this again. Also, coincidentally, it's actually the Bloon Beacon map, and not only is it the Bloon Beacon map, but it's also a Cosmic Essence Bloon Beacon map, so this is a hint from the Bloons Adventure Time gods that we should do this now. So yeah, let's get started. It's probably going to take a little while, because I will want it to be slowed down, so I don't make any horrible mistakes. So first things first, we probably want to go for Hunter Marcelin. I think I want to put her on this side, because Hunter Marcelin has full map range. She's probably the best choice for this. So we're going to start with her. She should be able to solo for quite a few rounds. So we'll get Tuxedo Jake set up and start farming. Dungeon Finn, I know in the original run, I did it on, I want to double check, auto starts on, I forgot, it takes a while. I know in the original run, I put all 3 towers to the right. I think I'm going to try the same thing now. I don't know, I might keep an extra eye on round 65, make sure I might need to change a character around. I'll be keeping that in mind, maybe save the Finn clone ability for that round. But we will see. I think, honestly, it won't be that bad. They're really powerful towers. They have a lot of unique abilities. I'm a little unsure about the Fortified Baboon. I don't know how well that would go. But, we do still have the insane single target of Dungeon Finn, / we could go, if you actually place him underneath the balloon, or, right next to the balloon, he actually, his new ability can do more damage than his single target one did. Not to mention it can be used multiple times, so it might be better, hard to know. We probably tried both. And then we also just have generally more DPS, so it's hard to know about the bad balloon. Part of me feels like we'd be really good, part of me feels like we do really, really badly. We sort of just have to wait and see. But yeah, Hunter Marcelin definitely gives a massive advantage here, because otherwise, we'd kind of be stuck. If Hunter Marcelin wasn't a full map range tower, First of all, these early rounds would be much harder because we'd have to go for Hunter Marceline and Dungeon Finn. Plus, it would just make everything so much worse. Having a full map range tower definitely helps for this challenge. I will go for Musician now. I'm not going to go for the full money-making upgrade, but we'll go for Musician. Then we'll probably buy, like, some upgrades for Hunter Marceline, like Soul Steel. Preferably, I'll get the, what's it called? Full Orchestra, Inspiring Melody, before the first, like, Camos and Leads come out, because I don't want to rely on the Soul Steel. That's quite unreliable, and will probably cause a number of deaths, so I'd rather just have full popping power like that. But let's go for a few of the basic upgrades. The first two, I think, are quite cheap, and then it's the Smart Stakes, which is much more expensive. But with those first two upgrades, we have a massive damage boost. We should be fine for the most part to save up for the other upgrades I want. Not to mention, we're also still giving range, which I guess is kind of pointless, but also some attack speed at the same time, which is pretty darn good. Yeah, I do have a pretty good feeling about this. I think this is going to go a lot better than it did before, but it really is a little hard to know. I will still buy Inspiring Melody, or not Inspiring Melody, Full Orchestra. I'm mixing up those names. I mix those two upgrades names up all the time. It's really annoying on my part, or to me. I'm sure it's annoying to you guys as well. I do it a lot, but yeah. I have a pretty good feeling about this. I feel like we're going to do pretty good. We already are pretty close to Inspiring Melody, so we'll get that pretty quickly. Alright, I forgot. I'm like looking at Rock Out, and it costs $400. I'm like, I do not remember it being that cheap. It's because Hunter Marceline has Hambo, which makes nearby characters' ability costs half as much. So it's actually a really good pairing with Vengeful Sun God if you're going for that with Soup Monkey. It saves you $20,000 or up to $20,000, which is an insane amount of money. Okay, there's Inspiring Melody, so now we have all of those buffs. Now we'll get some more upgrades for Hunter Marceline. Not exactly sure how helpful they're going to be, but they're better than nothing. Do I want to go for Circular Path? I kind of like the target we have now. I feel like Straight Line would be better, so I think I'm going to save for Straight Line. We do obviously still want Soul Steel, even if it's not going to be great. Yeah, I think Straight Path's going to be better. I could be wrong, but I feel like this is better, because you just want it to be sort of, like, you want Hunter Marceline to sort of go on both sides. Man, she does a really good job of these early rounds. It's really nice, which is awesome, because this lets us just save up our money and get all the other upgrades we need. I still am nervous, though, because I will need Dungeon Finn support, and I'm not sure how helpful it's going to be. His ability, because its area effect, should be better support, plus with the Fin Sword stuff, it should be more even out damage, but it's hard to know for sure. Or not even out, but, like, he should have more damage for the left side as well. But it is honestly just a little hard to know. I could potentially try to sell and rebuy Dungeon Finn on either side, at least for the later rounds, but I don't really want to do that. That would be much harder. If I forgot, it would be really bad. It would require some more micro, and at the end of the day, it means he has less abilities, and it could drain us basically all of our money, which would not be very good either. Okay, so let's go for Feast of the Nam next, and then we will be all set. We can go for... I guess we'll go for the rest... No, we should go for Dungeon Finn next. I was going to say, I guess I'll go for the rest of Tuxedo Jake's upgrades, but that does not make sense in the slightest. So yeah, let's get Dungeon Finn set up here. I think over here still? He can't go in the middle, so yeah, I think we're going to put him over here. Pretty nice range buff. He gets a few more range upgrades there, and then we should be good. Dungeon Finn is a really powerful tower, so he should do a pretty good job. We actually have a lot of abilities here. One other thing I didn't do it for Dungeon Finn, but I did do it for Hunter Marceline, in part because I did it in the original challenge run. Like, as I said, I just looked over it, and that's one of the things I did, was I went for Plasma Goggles. Not quite sure how useful it's going to be, but I feel like it could be a big deal for the Baballoon, as long as they don't sell Hunter Marceline or use it for something else on, like, round 73 or 74. It gives us a big advantage for those rounds, or for that round, I guess. Did I actually mention the round? I'm talking about the Baballoon, round 75. Because it just gives that extra damage boost for the short length of time that the Baballoon is visible, which could make a big difference. And there's Inferno, and now we get to do Tuxedo Jake's upgrades. I'm flustered right now. I don't know why, and I feel like I'm talking very fast too. If I am, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to slow it down a bit, because I feel very flustered, and I'm talking a lot. Honestly, it's because I feel a little bad that, not yesterday, but the day before this, I missed a video. And then today, I'm recording this very late, so I'm nervous a little bit. In the back of my mind, I have this nervousness that I'm going to miss another video, which shouldn't happen, because obviously I'm recording now, but it's still making me nervous. But yeah, so sorry about that if I'm talking fast or if I'm stuttering even more than usual, because I'm sure I do plenty of that already. We do have Catcher Tunes now. Fame is 5,500, man. That's an expensive upgrade. Too bad it doesn't actually count as an ability upgrade, because it's what it does. Like, it's a buff to his ability, but it doesn't count as an ability upgrade, so Hambo doesn't make it cheaper. Though I suppose, obviously, not that big of a deal. We have it now, and now we basically are just stockpiling money in case we want to sell and rebuy a tower and move one of the towers. Dungeon Finn has 4 pups. Given that he's actually placed pretty early on in the track, that's pretty impressive. So not Dungeon Finn, Hunter Marcelin is definitely carrying us a fair bit. But we should be okay. We should be okay. Oh, I'm a little paranoid still, of course. I'm always paranoid with these challenges. Cursed Mirrors. I hate you and I love you. You're a cool map, you're a hard map, you're a challenging map, but you're so stressful. Because they come from all the different angles and the map's so short, it's the reason it's a hard map, plus it's fortified, but it's so stressful. Like, it's so stressful. Because it just gives you no opportunity to... Like, you have such small time to place a tower, to upgrade a tower. You have such little time to make a difference, to change your defense, to upgrade something. If a strong Bloon's coming and you're not going to be able to beat it, you're kind of stuck. There's nothing really else you can do in that scenario, which is very scary. But it is already round 53. We're making pretty fast progress of this, which I guess makes sense. Though overall, this will probably take a little bit longer than normal, because in the later rounds, like that was a fortified BFB and almost got through. Obviously, I have a lot of abilities to make sure that won't happen, but it was scary. So now in future, when I see a fortified BFB, like now, I'm going to slow it down, especially if it's on the left side. Obviously, it's on the right side, then I don't need to. We're good, but that was really close. So, like, when it's on the right side, I'm fine. I have no reason to fear when it's on the right side, because Dungeon Finn's here is my absolute cleanup. But if it's on the left side, I have to be more scared. So, on the... I was going to say on the auto even rounds, but that's not true. Just when it's on this side, I have to be more nervous. Too bad, honestly, that we don't have a wizard tower. Ooh, I do remember one thing I did do here that I probably should have done, is I didn't put missile on any tower. The missile attack. That's really powerful. That's 50 damage per bad balloon. Or not, to, like, bad balloons, to more class balloons. I should have put that on Tuxedo Jake instead of the baby tooth. That was not a wise decision. Because if you're adding a few hundred damage, that could be a big deal, but too late now. Unfortunately, it is too late now. Luckily, it does actually look like around 60s on the right, but if I remember correctly, some of the worst rounds, like round 73 and 74, are on the left side, which really sucks. Because you kind of want, obviously, the Dungeon Finn abilities ready for round 75. But it's hard to know, because I feel like I'm going to need him for round 74. But I'm definitely going to use continues if I feel I need it. I don't want to use continues, but I will 100% use them if I feel they're necessary. Like, if we lose, I will use a continue, because the money doesn't matter. It's really just a second chance. And obviously, it could help a little with ability cooldowns, but I'll try not to use it in that way. Continues will simply be so I can try again in case I made a mistake or should have used an ability or sold the tower and moved it around. I think I have a few thousand coins, so hopefully I'll be able to do a couple continues if need be, but it's hard to know for sure. So ZMG wasn't bad, but that was a non-fortified one, so that's not that surprising. A fortified BFB is honestly pretty comparable to a non-fortified ZMG. Same thing with like fortified ZMG versus non-fortified bad, stuff like that. They're honestly kind of comparable, but unfortunately if it's a fortified BFB, it's normally a fortified ZMG, and same thing with the bad balloon. Oh, I need to take a breath. I still feel like I'm talking so fast. Slow it down. Just listen to the music. It's very happy music on this map. I don't remember it being this happy. I remember Christmas having much creepier music. But no, it's just joyful and cheery like everything else. Every single other thing. Too bad. Honestly, I don't know. I guess if you guys have played this map, you probably know my feelings towards it. Like, you probably understand the sense of, like, I guess almost dread and nervousness that comes when I play this map. If you haven't played this map, download the game, play the game for a while, and play this map, because it's intense, honestly. It's a weird feeling, at least that I get from it. I have no idea. I guess I'm asking you guys, honestly. Do you guys get a similar reaction to this? First of all, there's a second ZMG here, right? Or it's just a bunch of BFBs. We need that soul taken 100%. That could make a massive difference here, but honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and plop down a Dungeon Finn. I feel like that's a smart decision. Could be wrong, but I feel like that's a good idea. Yeah, there's another fortified ZMG. This is definitely a smart decision on my part. Let's give an attack speed boost. It's not massive, but it's something. Oh, dang it, I just realized it's round 66. This is past the round where we lost. So we've already made an improvement, but this definitely looks like the kind of round that I would have lost. Keep in mind, I didn't even have to sell anything. Like, I say, as I'm paranoid, no, plasma goggles, you do something, make sure we're safe. Okay. That was really scary, but like, here's the thing. That was 2 fortified ZMGs. That's pretty much the worst it gets. Like, it does not get much worse than that at all. So, if I struggled with that round, was able to beat it without, like, selling and rebuying a tower, that's a pretty darn good sign. This is round 69, so it shouldn't be an issue. If the DTs do get far, I can one-shot them. It is a fortified D, but hopefully they won't get very far. Nah, we're good, okay. So yeah, that's a good sign. Fortified DTs are dealt with pretty easily, and same thing with fortified ZMGs. That could be a big deal. One thing I am a little curious about is Dungeon Finn. If the normal Dungeon Finn has the buffs from Tuxedo Jake, if I use the clone of Dungeon Finn, will the clone have camo detection? Because I honestly don't know. In my mind it does, but I really don't know. Oh, that's a bad round. Buffs, please. Buffs, please. Buffs, please. Soul Steal. I don't like that. It does actually look like we will have the Finn clones, like the Finn sword ability, ready for round 73, which is pretty good. That's a pretty important thing. Because round 73 I'm scared for. I'm a little scared for round 74 too, but round 73 is worse. Every part of this I don't like. This is scary. That was so close. That was so close. There was totally a ceramic that was about to leak there. That was scary. So scary. I don't like this, but this is a good sign. We're doing way better. This is a normal ZMG. I just realized, normal ZMG. I'm just realizing to myself now, if it's normal ZMGs on round 73, I'll feel so much better. Or even, I think there's actually a chance that it'll be a normal... Okay, right, Dungeon Finn clone. That's definitely going now. Dungeon Finn clone, get in here and be placed. We definitely... Yeah, no cam protection. Okay, interesting. I don't know if that's that big of a deal, but that's definitely interesting. So it doesn't get Tuxedo Jake buffs. So here is it. Here it is. It's normal ZMGs. Okay. Oh, 1 normal, 1 fortified. Okay, never mind. I will still take the souls of the BFBs actually, which is probably better. Oh no, it's BFBs of the normal one and the fortifieds of that ZMG. Do I give attack speed buffs? I don't want to. Because round 74 is going to be here next, which isn't necessarily an easy round, and we won't have anything else there. I guess we'll have a one-shot, so no, I'm fine. I'll use the speed buff. I could probably use that attack speed. That was dumb. That was so dumb. Okay, if we lose this, I might use a continue, because we did not need that ability there. The Firestorm, and this is where we need that ability. Like, right now. Yeah, we're dead. Oh, that was not a smart decision. So I have 9 continues here. I'm willing to bet I'm going to have to use 2 or 3 of them because I wasted the ability that's going to be so important. Yeah, so I'll save this like once or twice. I won't use the Soul Steal. I would... Yeah, I'm going to have to wait for the Firestorm because there's no way we're winning this normally. Yeah, so... This is probably stupid. I'm wasting at least 1 more continue here because I wasted the ability, but... Whatever, it's fine. It's not like this is a lot of gold that takes a while to get and is hard to get. Oh, I might even have to waste 1 more here, too. I want to prove my point that I shouldn't have used Firestorm, and if I save Firestorm, it works. If I still lose this, then I'm going to have to sell and rebuy Dungeon Finn, which I don't want to do. But hopefully, yeah, I'm able to do that. Firestorm one-shots the big wave, and then we're good. Auto start off. Definitely turn auto start off. We're not going to... I did, though, because... Yeah, so basically my point here is that I didn't need Firestorm to beat round 73, so I'm willing to use the continues to get the Firestorm ability back for this round. But because of all the stuff I did, I still don't have... I wasted plasma goggles, too, which is not very good. Okay, so we have everything here. It's time for the bad balloon. We can try this once normally, and if this doesn't work, here's the thing. I think I need the Firestorm for the DTs. So, that makes me more nervous. Because I don't know, can I use it once now? Like, how slow is the bad balloon gonna be here? We'll see. Okay, we'll go slow. It's fortified. That's instantly going to make it like significantly harder. We'll use as many abilities as I can as early as I can. I will save the Tuxedo Jake, though, for when the fortified Bloons actually in range, because we won't get a second ability off. I am going to use one of these Firestorms. I think it makes the most sense. I will use one for sheer damage. Maybe I should have waited then, though, till it was on top. We'll see. I'm going to try this a few times. I still have, like, 5 or 6 continues worth of coins, so I will definitely try this a few times. Yeah, so we will have the Firestorm back up in time. We'll use Tuxedo Jake's ability, give him the damage buff, plus attack speed buff. Activate Plasma Goggles. Be prepared to use Soul Steal as soon as he pops, if he does pop. If we can pop him, that's a good sign. Because that means that with slightly better ability cooldowns and stuff, I might be able to do something about it. But it doesn't actually look like we're even going to pop him on this run. Okay, note to self, Tuxedo Jake has a fairly long cooldown. I can use him earlier, definitely, or use him earlier. We did lose. We have 6 continues, yeah. So we have a few tries here. Realistically, I get to try this again. Slightly different abilities. Will I use the Dungeon Fin clone? I don't think I should, because that's definitely taking advantage of continues. Yeah, I don't think I will. I'm gonna see if I can use the Firestorm when he's right on top of Dungeon Fin, and see if that ability will just pop the Bad Bloon instantly. Because if that's true, there's a chance we'll be able to win. Not a great chance, but a decent chance that that'll just be so much damage we'll still win. So that's really the last hope, otherwise we lose to the fortified Bad Bloon, which is still cool, and still a big improvement from what we did before, but not nearly as good as I'd want it to be, I guess. I will try also once with the other flame upgrade as well, the one that's more focused on Bad Bloon damage. Okay, I don't actually know if that made much of a difference in the slightest. It doesn't look like it. Tuxedo Jake ability, you're not gonna pop still, are you? Nah, so that's too bad. Not that big of a deal, but that definitely is too bad. Yeah, because we're not able to pop it like this. I will try with the other flame upgrade. I don't think it'll be better, but I will still try it. Seldom Fin, it doesn't start with the cooldown, does it? Because if so, then I have even more issues. Hopefully it just doesn't have a cooldown, because I don't want to try this an infinite number of times. I will run out of continues eventually. Focus Fire, it doesn't start with a cooldown. Yes, I need that so badly. Can I use it yet? Or was that a waste? Did I just waste it? Please activate as soon as the Bad Bloon's on screen. He's not doing any damage. I wasted the ability. Didn't I? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, here we go. It was not a waste. It seemed like a waste, but it was not a waste. See, that's more damage. Like, that has to be more damage. Right? Is that more damage? I don't know. We're trying it one more time like this. We'll see. In my mind, Focus Fire should be better. If this doesn't work, then this doesn't work. This is the last try, definitely. Though, actually, I still want the Cosmic Essence, so I will use one more continues and cheat in a ton of, like, I'll use Super Monkey, Commander Cassie, Psy. I'll use a bunch of different upgrades I have. But preferably, this would obviously work pretty easily. One thing is, actually, we do have Warhorn, so maybe I'll try the Commander Cassie glitch out, because we're not popping this. Like, we're not popping the Bad Bloon, no. Okay, last continue, because I actually want the rewards here. Basically, it's quite simple. Can I get Commander... Do you have Plasma Goggles? It does have Plasma Goggles. Oh, but Commander Cassie wanted the ability up. I was gonna say, I kind of want to see if I can get the Commander Cassie glitch to finish this off. I think that would be kind of cool. But I don't think we'll have the cooldown set up. We'll see. I'll play Sam. I'll do, like, a fully upgraded Psy, because that's obviously gonna help. We'll see how many of these things will actually matter. We're buying all these towers in the hope that we can still win this, because I still really want the rewards it's giving me. I'll plop down, I have C4 Charlie, I can use him for his Mob Assassin spam. I'll plop down a Super Monkey. We're winning this. I want this. I'm going overkill. I have the money. There's lots of sheer power. Sure, Sun Avatar, and that's probably good. Yeah, no Plasma Goggles. We have 4 Plasma Goggles set up right now. Of course we do. This is kind of crazy. So many abilities here that we'll want to use. The main one will be Focus Fire and then the Mob Assassin. We should be fine here. We have so much power, like sheer power. This should not be that bad of a fight. Like, not in the slightest. But hard to know for sure. So I will still sell and rebuy C4 Charlie, because I do obviously want to win this. And that's pretty important. His bonus damage is still probably necessary to win this. A couple extra Mob Assassins can go a long way. Like, probably one more, and this will be the last one, and then I'll just get ready to use every other ability. Never mind. Pop, ability. C4 Charlie, just get your normal upgrades, do something. We're good, right? We won. Awesome! Yay! An army of super overpowered units won! Okay, but no, 4 Cosmic Essence, that's great. Not to mention, I get to double it! 8 Cosmic Essence! Okay, so as per usual, I've done this a few times now. I'm gonna end here so I can double it, because watching an ad always has the small chance of completely glitching everything out and destroying everything, and I lose all the videos, so I don't really want to risk that, even if it's a small chance, so I will say goodbye here. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Consider giving the video a like if you did. Let me know, do you guys think there was something I could have done differently if I had equipped the missile? Do you think we would have won? Or do you think we were really far away from winning that still? Because honestly, I don't know. It felt like we were pretty far away from winning that, given that even with all those extra towers, it was still a tiny bit of a struggle. But I don't know. Honestly, what do you guys think? Also, I do want to double check. I did do this with 5 towers, right? Because either if that's true, the premiums just aren't nearly as good as I thought they were, or I'm completely wrong and we made it to the Bat Balloon and then lost. But I'm pretty sure it was like hard carried by level 7 PB. That's pretty insane. If so, I might actually try that again with 4 towers if I can lower my record. I've done so many challenges on this map. It's a lot of fun though. But yeah, thank you all for watching again. Did I already ask you to give the video a like? If I did, sorry. If I didn't, you should do it. Also, feel free to subscribe. We're on our way. We're actually getting quite close. I believe we're at like 2,425 subscribers now. So we're already pretty close to 2,500 subscribers. So it would be awesome if we could do that quite soon, within the next like week or two, probably the next 2 weeks. That would be really great. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy yourselves, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye!